Episode 19, Series 4 of 1001 Stories of Greatness, The Midnight Trap. Brittany stepped down carefully, mindful of the thin heels she wore. She didn't want to risk slipping, so she moved slowly at first, before transitioning into a graceful catwalk toward the podium. As expected, the crowd erupted into loud screams and cheers. Brittany was a familiar face in Tampa, the small town where she had grown up. Her popularity stretched back to her high school days when she had been crowned prom queen. Seeing her now on stage, competing for an even greater title, only heightened the excitement of the crowd. Smiling brightly, Brittany breathed slowly as the audience continued to shout her name. Standing alongside the other contestants, she held herself tall and confident. Soon, the judges began announcing the results. One by one, names were called. Then, Brittany's name echoed through the hall. She had won. A thunderous cheer followed as the announcer declared her the new Queen of Tampa. Cameras flashed across the room as people rose to their feet in applause. Brittany felt a rush of triumph as the crown was gently placed on her head. That night, celebrations erupted at Brittany's parents' home. Family members and friends filled the house, congratulating her warmly. Laughter echoed through the rooms as everyone wined and dined, celebrating her victory late into the evening. Eventually, the guests began to leave, but Brittany's immediate family remained awake, still talking and laughing well past midnight. Suddenly, Brittany's phone began to ring. She excused herself politely and moved to a quieter corner of the house to answer the call. After a short conversation, she returned with a serious expression and quietly walked toward the front door. She began unlocking the door her parents had locked earlier. Her mother noticed a click. "Why are you opening the door?" she asked in surprise. "Where are you going at this hour?" Before Brittany could answer, her father stepped forward. "Where are you going?" he demanded, his tone sharp. Brittany, never one to easily accept her parents' authority, frowned with irritation. "I'm a grown adult," she argued. "I can go out whenever I want. I'm in college." She tried to push the door open, but her father held it firmly in place. "Not at this hour," he said firmly. "No, you are not going out." For a moment, Brittany resisted, but eventually she gave up. Without another word, she turned and walked straight to her room. Her parents locked the door again. The cheerful atmosphere that had filled the house only minutes earlier faded into silence. Brittany's parents and her younger brother Jed watched as she stomped down the hallway and slammed her bedroom door shut. "I wonder who she was meeting at this hour," her mother said quietly, worry written across her face. "That person must be up to no good," her father added, "especially at midnight." Jed suddenly spoke up. "I overheard Brittany on the phone," he said. "She told someone she would soon be dead. Then she tried to leave." The room fell silent. Not long afterward, the family went to bed. The next morning, Brittany came downstairs after hearing her phone ring repeatedly. When she answered it, a calm but serious voice spoke on the other end. It was a police officer. After introducing himself, the officer asked Brittany to come to the station regarding a robbery that had taken place at a supermarket near their home at midnight the previous night. Brittany's heart skipped. "A robbery," she repeated in disbelief. The officer continued speaking politely but firmly, requesting her presence at the station. Still confused and shocked, Brittany explained that she had been home all night. After some persuasion, however, she agreed to come to the station. She left the house quietly without telling her parents. At the police station, Brittany was taken into a room and questioned. As the interrogation continued, she slowly realized something disturbing. The robbery had occurred near the exact place where her friend Amik had asked her to meet her the night before. "We couldn't find the robbers," one officer explained, "but we have information suggesting you may have been involved." Brittany stared at them in disbelief. "I was home all night," she insisted firmly. "You can ask my parents." The officers called her parents, who rushed to the station immediately. When they arrived and confirmed Brittany had been home the entire night, the officers had no choice but to release her. Before leaving, Brittany asked one final question. Who hinted that I was involved? The officer shook his head. That information cannot be shared. On the drive home, her parents were upset. Brit, why didn't you tell us you were going to the police station this morning? They asked. Brittany remained silent. Her mind was already racing with another thought, Amik. Amik was her new friend. They had grown close during the Queen of Camper pageantry rehearsals. Though they hadn't known each other well at first, their friendship had formed surprisingly quickly. She tried calling her friend, but the call would not go through. Amik had been the one who called her at midnight the night before, claiming there was an emergency and asking Brittany to meet her. I should visit her, Brittany decided. After some persuasion, she convinced her parents to stop at Amik's house. Isn't it too early? Her mother asked. Are her parents even home? Amik lives alone, Brittany replied. When they arrived, Brittany stepped out of the car and knocked on the door. Amik opened it. The moment she saw Brittany standing there, her expression shifted into clear discomfort. What happened to your number? Brittany asked casually. It's not reachable. Amik said nothing. Brittany studied her carefully. What emergency did you need me for last night? She continued calmly. You seem perfectly fine. Amik stared at her silently before asking quietly. You obviously didn't come out, did you? Brittany shook her head. My parents didn't let me, she replied. Amik suddenly moved to close the door, but Brittany quickly held it open. Her eyes narrowed. Were you trying to set me up for that robbery, Amik? The question startled her. She quickly pulled her hand away. No, Amik said shortly. But Brittany grabbed her arm firmly. You set me up, didn't you? Amik looked at Brittany with shock in her eyes. Brittany, it wasn't like that, she said quickly. I was angry at you for winning the pageant and for the way everyone admired you walking in those heels. We both competed in the pageantry and I lost. I just wanted to hurt you a little. She paused, guilt clearly visible on her face. My boyfriend suggested that I asked you to meet me last night. I didn't know what he was planning. Now I can't even find him. The police contacted me too. Her voice softened. I'm really sorry. Brittany sighed slowly. Well, your plan didn't work out, she said calmly. Thanks to my parents refusing to let me go out last. Well, your plan didn't work out, she said calmly. Thanks to my parents refusing to let me go out that late. She looked at Amik with quiet disappointment. I trusted you as a friend. I was ready to be there for you. Without waiting for another response, Brittany turned and walked back to the car where her parents had been watching from a distance. As they drove away, Brittany told her parents everything. By the time they arrived home, the full weight of the situation had settled in. Brittany looked at her parents with deep gratitude. Thank you for stepping in last night, she said sincerely, even when I was being difficult. Her mother smiled gently. It's our job, Brit, she said. We guide you because we love you. Just be careful about the decisions you make. Brittany shook her head thoughtfully. If I had gone out last night, I would have been arrested and falsely accused, she said quietly. What would have happened to me? Her father nodded, relieved that she had escaped the trap. From that day forward, Brittany became far more conscious about who she allowed into her circle of trust. She had learned a powerful lesson that day. Trust is both precious and fragile, because she now understood something important. Not everyone who enters your life deserves a place in your trust. Keep enjoying the episodes of 1001 Stories of Greatness at 1001storiesofgreatness.wordpress.com.